Hello everyone and welcome to another routergods video. This is going to be a review of Ruhann's Routing Bits Handbook. Basically, it's a set of notes for people going for their CCIE routing and switching. Ruhann is a CCIE and he's released these notes to the public. He's selling them through his website for a pretty decent price. I've been using it for several years now. I think I'm going on 3 years, and he just came out with a new version, so let's run through it. So it comes as a PDF that you could obviously read on your computer. You can also download it or import it into your iPad or Kindle, and it works just fine. So as we scroll down, you can see we're on version 4.41, and we've got an index here with the different chapters. So you can see it goes from switching, frame relay, PPP, all the way down to security and services. And we also have 3 indexes here, or 3 appendixes here. And only 2 of them are populated. The test questions right here will be added at a later date. So let's take a look at one of these chapters. Let's take a look at switching. And what's nice here is I can go to the index, click on switching, or click on any of these, and it will take me directly to that section. So we've got switching here. And the way it's organized is it comes up with the topic. We have a little bit of basically cliff notes of theory here. And then for each section, as we scroll down, you can see there's quite a bit here. You'll see that in grayed out text, this is kind of almost ghosted gray there. We've got directions on how to find this particular section in the documentation CD. So it tells us to go to products, switches, LAN switches, Catalyst 3560s, etc., etc. And this helps you practice finding stuff in the documentation CD, because as you know, on the CCIE exam you can't do a global search for different sections. You actually have to go into the particular document and then you can actually search inside the document. But the tough part is sometimes finding the actual document itself. So let's keep on scrolling. And then for most of these sections you'll have what's called a config set. So here we've got an 802.11 or 802.1q tunnel config set. And what this is it is a bunch of commands that is configuring a particular technology. And on the left side, we've got the different commands that are available that you type in to configure this. And on the right side are the different steps and explanation of what those commands do. In addition to the config set, we have separate commands here. And once again, it's the command syntax, and then on the right side an explanation of what it does. As we go to the end of the switching section, you'll see that we'll have troubleshooting, and there will be several troubleshooting commands and steps. As you can see, switching is quite a large section here. And we keep on scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And finally, we get to the troubleshooting switching section. So I think all of these sections, whether it be switching, RIP, BGP, OSPF, they all have troubleshooting sections. And basically it says, okay, what are the steps you should do when things go wrong? So troubleshooting ports and trunks. Is the port up? Is there a duplex mismatch? And on the right hand side are the different show and debug commands that you should use. Also, what's nice is if you noticed, on top of every page on the upper left hand corner we've got an index and TOC. I can actually click on those and it'll bring me back to the index. So now let's try frame relay, scroll down to frame relay, and this TOC brings me to a detailed table of contents. So it'll take me to switching and then it'll break down each section appropriately. So it's a very nice way of quickly thumbing through to the particular technology or the section that you're interested in. Let's take a look at the appendix, and it's past the services section. We've got test questions, which is coming up later. You can see here coming up in the next release updates. We've got appendix B, which is output 101. This is pretty interesting. It basically shows you what you should see in certain show and debug commands. So it runs through like, let's go down here a little bit. So when you do PPP negotiation, what you should see, and every step is explained, so it's very, very nice. And let's go to section C of the appendix. config set index. So this is the index of each config set. So like the switching, the frame relay, PPP. So let's see, let's go over to BGP. We've got BGP prefix list examples. Let's click on that, and that brings me to the particular section. Now this is really nice. I've been studying, just kind of reviewing and catching up on my BGP, and the big thing is prefix lists, and also all the different ways you could do prefix lists, like less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, the different slash commands. We also have some regular expression stuff, and this is a really good section, examples of different things you can do with regular expression. So if you want to find 213 or 310, you want to do either 6 or 7, and it explains everything out here for you.